Today we're going to look at how to create multiple vCam takes of a single piece of action swiftly, easily, neatly. Let's go. Hey, welcome to Real Time Workflows. I'm MX Bell. I worked on Deadpool and Wolverine, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, 1917, Hobbs and Shaw, Wheel of Time, Little Mermaid, No Time to Die, tons more. What you're going to get in the channel are my pro tips and how I use Unreal Engine to make films. So let's get started. Let's make some stuff. See you down the road. Welcome back to Real Time Workflows. You can see we're downstairs, which can only mean one thing. We're going to do some vCam. Right, so thanks to Mr. Stormy Wolf for this question. I thought it was a very good question. Let's just have a quick look at it. Can you do a video on having a scene and creating multiple linear shots with vCam and multiple takes of each? Like, for example, I have a 2-minute scene, all the performances laid out, and I want to get in a creative flow and just make a bunch of vCam shots and have multiple takes, to then sift through them and refine. Great question. It's a really good workflow, and I haven't covered it yet, which is why I thought it was important to get it done, because I've done a lot of the other stuff. Prerequisites. In order to follow this, you're probably going to want to have watched my vCam lesson. It's there, or there. It's up there. And probably take recorder, up there as well now. What else? And the general setting is from my kind of giblets prep that I was doing. If you want to know more about that, there's a video there as well. All right, let's get to it. Let me explain what I've got here. I've got my giblet set, which is a pub. It's a real pub. Well, it's not a real pub. It's obviously a fake pub, but it's based on a real pub. It's not exactly accurate, but it's fine. I've got my characters on a sub-level. Here they are. And we can turn them on and off. And I've got a bunch of pieces of action. I'm going to use one in particular. If we open this sequence now, and I come back to the start and hit play, we will see that we've got this guy sitting down on his seat, and then our other two guys are going to walk in through the door. I didn't animate the door yet or anything, but so this has all been captured. There's actually a fourth character as well. These guys come in, they look through the bar, they walk through tables. Obviously, we'll move those. And then we're going to get a barmaid arriving here in a second. There's a bit of banter going on here. As you can see, it's a long take, right? There's minutes of it. So yeah, you're exactly right. What happens if we want to record this? Now, the previous way I said to do it was you'd record it into this shot. Now, there's a couple of issues with this. First of all, as you can see, this shot is still at time code and not at 0, which doesn't necessarily help us as well. But obviously, if we record it into here, we're recording directly into the sequence, and then we got to like replace. We've only got with a one sequence. And what Mr. Stormy Wolf is asking is, how do I make it so that I'm reusing that sequence, but I've got multiple different new sequences with cameras. For a start, we're going to turn this off, and I'm going to do a little bit of structuring and a little bit of organization. I'm going to make sure that my persistent level is on. Now, you could, if you wanted to, you can make a sub-level for this if you want. But I've put my vCam actor in there, and I'm going to drag and drop my scene with the action in, my level sequence. I'm going to put it in here. Now, when you do that, it asks you what you want to do. Do you want to autoplay it, loop, play rate, offset, all that stuff? We're going to set it to autoplay. And now, if I were to go and simulate this now, you can see I've got simulate selected. If I simulate this, when the game starts, the sub-level sequence, the level sequence starts to play. Okay, great. Next thing we're going to want to do is go and get take recorder. Right, and we're going to add our vCam as we did before. We're going to go to settings, turn off start current time. Okay. Now you'll remember we did that before, so that we get, when we record our takes, unlike the take that got recorded there, which is at time code, it's going to start at 0. We want that. We want to start at 0. All right. So the next thing we're going to do is figure out what we're going to call it. Now, you've got as Mr. Stormy said, he wants multiple takes, and so we should be thinking constructively about what they are. So for a start, my action is called Enter Andy and Dave, right? You can see that there. So if we were to say this is called EAAD for Enter Andy and Dave, I might just call it EAD. That's a fairly good naming convention. It's Enter Andy and Dave. That's the name of the sequence. So we're going to go Enter Andy and Dave. The next thing I would do is give it a setup number, and it's going to be, and I would write this down. We don't have to get it all in the slate. I would write it down and make a note that the setup 1 is whatever you think it should be. Now, for me, when I envisioned this scene, I figured setup 1's probably looking over the guy at the start who's sat on the left. So I would write down setup 1 his name's Frank, over Frank at door, right? So we're pointing at the door, we're over Frank, right? Which means we're just looking past him. So we'd call that setup a 1. And then we can go take 1, right? We understand that that's what's going on there. Now the next thing I'm going to do is select my vCam and enable it. So we can see here the vCam is now enabled. And just to prove the point, let's just check. Here we go. I'm wobbling the thing and it's working. Okay, very good. I'm just going to move my vCam just to be roughly where Frank is going to sit, which I believe is around here. So I'm just going to move it over here and rotate it 90 degrees. It's just roughly facing the right way. Where I've put that camera there as a starting position, I've put my iPad over here. So we just want to make sure that we're roughly in position at the start. I might also drop scalability down to medium just for recording purposes. All right, and then, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put the level sequence from the level into take recorder. And so we're ready to record take 1 of Slate EAD01, and you'll have written down what EAD01 is. We've got a vCam active, we've got a level sequence loaded. The level sequence is going to play when take recorder runs. So we're going to simulate first. Nothing will happen, but our vCam is active, as we can see. And now we're going to hit record and we'll wait a few seconds and then our sequence will start. There he is. Okay, so we're with Frank, we're over Frank. We're looking at the door. In walk the lads. I know it's very dark, but we're not worried about lighting today. Okay, and we can follow these lads around here. And maybe come over here. We'll come behind the bar perhaps. Whoop, we've got a bit close to him there. Now he's talking to Frank. We could come over here. Get a shot of them, two of them. Now this is actually kind of multiple setups that I'm doing. You really didn't record all this in one take. I would probably have stayed here and got a shot of this. There's been no lighting design in this, which is why it's so dark. And we've got it set to medium as well, which isn't open. But yeah, anyway. Now we can hit stop. Now when we open the ADO4, we will see what we've got is a vCam actor and nothing. If I turn vCam off, stop the game, and turn vCam off so we can get our viewport back. Okay, what we're going to get in here then is our vCam actor, and we can see this is what I just recorded, but nothing's there, right? Well, that's not a problem, is it? We know that that's not a problem because all we need to do is go to our content browser and get our take from earlier, the one that we actually, it's this one. Basically, we need to get this, right? So we can find it in the content browser. Here it is. Come over to sequencer and add it to, well, actually, let's make a sub-level sequence first. So we need to unlock this, add a sub-level sequence, a sub-sequence track, sorry. Now we'll come to our content browser and we drag this over here and put it here, right at the start. And now it's a bit important to know this has got a vCam in it, so we'd have to get rid of that in here, which is fine. So now if we come back to our shot here, this is what I just recorded. Now you've got a take of this and you can go and record some more. So just to summarize, add a level sequence into the level. Just drag and drop it into the level. And then we're going to add that to our take recorder. It's not going to record anything, it's just going to play it when take recorder runs. And then all we're recording is our vCam actor. Okay, make sure we've got our record time code off so we record at 0. And that's kind of it, really. That's all you need to know. I hope that was useful. I'll catch you on the next one. Any questions, anything you want me to cover, things like this, let me know and I'll cover them. Catch you down the road. See you later.